More than 3 decades after its release, The Princess Bride 1987 remains one of the most beloved cult classics in film history. A perfect blend of fairy tale charm, swashbuckling adventure, romance, and satire. The film has captured the hearts of generations, but behind the witty dialogue, memorable sword fights, and quotable lines lies a treasure trove of strange, delightful, and downright weird facts that even die-hard fans may not know. Here are 20 weird, wild, and wonderful facts about The Princess Bride that will make you love the movie even more, and maybe watch it again with a whole new appreciation. But it was Elle's mix of charm, wit, and Errol Flynn-style flair that won over the filmmakers. No. 1. The role of Westley was rejected by some big names. Before Cary Elwes was cast as the dashing farm boy turned dread pirate Roberts, the role of Westley was offered to big-name actors, including Christopher Reeve and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Though Arnold was considered more for Fezzik at one point, cast and crew reported that Andre drank pitchers like most people drink coffee. Despite his towering presence, Andre was known for his gentle nature and sense of humor on set. Number 2. Andre the Giant could drink over 100 beers in one sitting. That line became one of the film's most quoted and meaningful moments. Legend has it Andre the Giant, who played Fezzik, could drink 119 beers in one sitting, and that's not exaggerated. Number 3. Mandy Patinkin got a real injury during the film. Rob Reiner had to leave the set during Crystal's scenes because he was laughing so hard he ruined takes. Reiner toned it down in post-production to keep the film family-friendly. The albino's creepy voice, totally improvised. Mandy Patinkin later said he bruised a rib trying not to laugh. During his epic sword fight with Count Rugen, played by Christopher Guest, Mandy Patinkin, Inigo Montoya, got so into character that he actually cracked a rib while pretending to be stabbed. Elwes required medical attention, but kept filming. Another reason why he's a real-life hero. He finished the scene before anyone realized he was in real pain. Ironically, Sean feared he was going to be fired the entire time, thinking he was wrong for the part. Only after being released on VHS did it explode into a cult phenomenon. In fact, Goldman fought hard to get the film made for over a decade, with multiple failed attempts and studio rejections before Rob Reiner stepped in. 12. Goldman literally screamed on set. No. 4. The sword fight was entirely real and learned from scratch. 13. There are real historical fencing references. The writers and stunt choreographers deliberately included these for fencing fans and history buffs. Reiner had to calm him down. "I wrote the damn thing," Goldman reportedly said, "and it still got me." Date. Vizzini's voice was based on a 1940s radio personality. The iconic duel between Westley and Inigo Montoya is one of the best choreographed sword fights in film history. Elwes and Patinkin trained for months with fencing masters and did all of the stunts themselves, except for a single acrobatic flip. Every move is historically accurate to fencing manuals, but added a layer of magic and humor that made the whole movie more timeless. No. 5. The famous line "as you wish" was almost cut. 17. The MLT line was improvised. Director Rob Reiner considered cutting some of the repeated uses of "as you wish," thinking it might come off as overly sentimental. Thank goodness he didn't. In the scene where he catches Buttercup, the production had to use hidden wires and cranes to lift her, not him. He made up dozens of food-related miracle jokes that never made it into the final cut. 19. The castle is real and still exists. Fans around the world tuned in, proving that the story real. Why is timeless? Marriage is what brings us together today. Some real-life weddings have hired impersonators of the impressive clergyman and even used his exact words in the ceremony. It's a romance that mocks romance, a fairy tale that laughs at its own cliches, and a swashbuckler that wears its heart on its sleeve. Please subscribe and comment below with your thoughts about this video. We will be back soon with another interesting topic. Behind the laughs and the swordplay is a movie made with heart, creativity, and a little bit of weirdness that makes it unforgettable. Whether you've seen it once or 100 times, now you know the bizarre and delightful truths behind the storybook. And remember, "as you wish," you can see him limping slightly in the fire swamp scene, and he later said it was one of the hardest scenes to act through. You can still visit it today And yes, it really does look like a fairy tale. No. 6. Billy Crystal improvised most of his lines. Billy Crystal played the unforgettable Miracle Max, and he went completely off script. No. 7. The Pit of Despair was originally much darker. The scene in the Pit of Despair where Wesley is tortured was initially much more intense and violent. No. Wallace Shawn, who played the inconceivable Vizzini, based his voice and rhythm on classic fast-talking radio comedians. No. 9. A rat bit Cary Elwes on set while filming the fire swamp scene with the rodents of unusual size. Cary Elwes was actually bitten on the finger by the man in the rat suit. Number 10. The film was a box office flop. At first, despite its now legendary status, The Princess Bride didn't do great at the box office in 1987. It earned just over $30 million, modest for the time. No. 11. The author of the book wrote the screenplay. The movie is based on the 1973 novel The Princess Bride by William Goldman, who also wrote the screenplay. No. When Count Rugen hits Wesley with the sword hilt, Goldman was watching and reportedly screamed out loud, thinking the hit was real. No. Inigo and Wesley mention real fencing styles like Capo Ferro and Thibaut, which were actual 17th century swordsmanship manuals. No. 14. Fred Savage and Peter Falk shot their scenes in just days. The storybook framing scenes with the sick boy Fred Savage and his grandfather Peter Falk were shot in just 2 days. Number 15. Andre had to be carried with a crane, though he played the mighty Fezzik. Andre the Giant had chronic back pain at the time of filming. Number 16. Cary Elwes broke his toe before a key scene. Elwes broke his toe while driving Andre the Giant's ATV on set. Yes, he had one. No. Miracle Max's line about a mutton lettuce and tomato sandwich was totally improvised by Billy Crystal. No. 18. A real wedding used the impressive clergyman. You've heard it. Ma WWIH. No. The exterior shots of Prince Humperdinck's castle were filmed at Haddon Hall, a medieval manor in Derbyshire, England. Number 20. The cast reunited decades later, virtually in 2020, amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The original cast, including Elwes, Patinkin, Wright, and Crystal, reunited virtually for a reading of the script. Final thoughts. Why The Princess Bride still matters. The Princess Bride isn't just a nostalgic favorite. It's a film that redefines genres. Thanks for watching.